Well, the presence of Graham and Denise Drury in the pits means one thing here this evening. The league champions are in town for the Kent Slide Kings versus the Birmingham Brummies. Birmingham have a good record here, winning all 4 of their previous matches. Tonight they are slightly weakened by the suspension of Jack Parkinson Blackburn. We'll get more on that later with Graham. And the late withdrawal of Darryl Richins. Kent are still weakened by the absence of Luke Clifton. Let's go into the pits and have a chat with one or two of the riders. Joining me now is a popular visitor, Tom Bacon. Tom, how's it going this season, doubling up?
Yeah, it's nice and busy, which is what you want. The more you can be on the bike, that's what brings you on as a rider. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
And looking forward to here tonight. It's a track you go well round. How do you think it's going to go this evening?
It's always a tough meeting against Kent, but I do enjoy coming here. But at Speedway, you never know what's going to happen. I'm sure it'll be a tight match, and just fingers crossed we can come out as the winners at the end of it.
And you started the season as number 1 for Birmingham. Was that added pressure for the first time? It's only your 3rd full season after all.
I wouldn't say added pressure. I knew I was going to be number 1 quite early. We've got a lot of good riders at the top end of the team, so whoever's at number 1 will have good support, and obviously Jack's taking it over, and we'll all be gunning to get it back, but it doesn't matter what number at, we just go out and try and win races really.
Cheers for joining us, good luck tonight.
Cheers, thanks.
Joining me now is probably the longest distance traveller we've ever had at Kent, Bradley Andrews. Bradley, how's the season going so far?
It's getting better from the start, it's points are starting to pick up, still not where I'd like it to be, but it's coming slowly, and I'm happy how I'm progressing here.
And you've hit a bit of form the last few meetings, and you put in a good performance on Friday at Lakeside.
Yeah, it's not the score I was hoping to get, but it's better than I have been riding, and something seems to click, and I'm feeling much more confident on the bike and more aggressive, so it's going well, yeah.
And just quickly between us, how's the National League compared to racing back in New Zealand?
Oh, it's completely different. It's at home, it's just like novice riders really, just only Bradley Wilson-Dean really who's up there, so it's quite easy.
And looking forward to tonight against Birmingham?
Yeah, should be a good match. I think it'll be a tough one, but I think we'll be able to pull it out the bag, yeah.
Cheers for joining us, good luck.
No, isn't it?
Okay.
Joining me now is Birmingham team manager Graham Drury. Graham, how's the season going so far?
Up and down really. I mean, we had one rider retiring before he even did a match. We had another rider that broke his leg on a Preston practice day. We got Jack Parkinson Blackburn that's been given a period of inactivity by the BSPA. We've got Daniel Hume, who's broke his arm very badly. So I think when you think of all them things, it's not the sort of start of the season that we wanted, but you take it on the chin at Speedway and you just get on with it.
Just going back to Jack Parkinson Blackburn, can you explain to us why he's been given a period of inactivity?
I'll try. The BSPA have stated that he hasn't been banned by the BSPA, and they want to make that clear that he's been given a period of inactivity for 14 days for withholding his services, not riding for Sheffield in a meeting, in so much as it was all getting on top of him. Let's not forget Jack Parkinson Blackburn is 16, and only just 16 really, and it was hard for him both financially and mentally to do all these meetings, so we wanted a bit of a break from the championship to concentrate on the National League, but within our rules that's not allowed. So his 14 day suspension or period of activity finishes on Friday, and then he's back again for us next Wednesday.
And there was also a late change of guests this evening as well for tonight's meeting.
Yeah, Steve Boxall was guesting for us tonight, and he was really looking forward to coming to Kent. He said it's one of his favourite tracks, he loves it here. And lo and behold, he gets injured last Friday, so his panic station's trying to get a guest at short notice to come here tonight, and I'm pleased to say that Mitchell Davey has helped us out tonight. He helped us win the league last year in the playoff final, so it's nice to be able to give him a booking tonight.
And he went well here a few weeks back for Stoke as well.
I had noticed.
Yeah, so did we. So tonight's meeting, it's always close between the two sides, but you always seem to win here.
Yeah, we haven't lost here since we came to the National League, but that's done and dusted now. It's a new season, new teams. I always like coming to a track where Len is. He's a legend within sport. you know, what he's done for the sport and what he's done in the sport is just incredible. And win, lose or draw, as you say, I like coming to Kent because we can have a natter with Lennon between the pair of us. We can put the Speedway world to right.
Thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Okay, no worries, my pleasure. Okay, mate. Okay.
We've spoken to one or two of the riders. Looking forward to tonight's meeting. Let's go up to Steve Girdwood for the commentary.
Well, thanks for that, Glenn. And here come the two teams ahead of this National League clash as Birmingham, well, they've got a 100% record here at Central Park, having never lost, obviously. So Kent will be hoping to get victory here this evening. It's going to be a tough meeting for them as they come round on the pre-meeting parade vehicle. And just the crowd, another good sized crowd here, a warm evening this evening. And Carl, he's down there on the truck with the riders, about to make the presentation. Let's listen in.
Welcome to the Kent Kings, V Birmingham Brummies. We're going to go through the rider order. Start with the away team. Rider number 1 in place for Jack Parkinson Blackburn, Mitchell Daly. Rider number 2, Lane Cupid. And number 3 for this evening, they're running RR for Darryl Richards. Number 4, Tom Bacon. And number 5, the captain for this evening, Liam Carr. Rider number 6, McCordy Leake. And rider number 7, Carl Roberts. Okay, so turn our attention to the home team. Rider number 1, the captain, Luke Bowen. Okay, number 2 for this evening, we've got RR for Mr. Clifton. He's with us this evening. We'll try and catch a few words with him later on. Rider number 3, the fitness man, Nathan Stoneman. Okay, rider number 4, Jackie Thomas. Rider number 5, Ben Hopwood. Rider number 6, Bradley Andrews. Rider number 7, Anders Rowe. And rider number 8 this evening, we've got James Laker. Okay, we've just got the 2 captains. We're going to do a coin flip. If you shout when it's in the air. Yeah. It's Towers. Okay, so the Birmingham are going to take 1 and 3. Just a quick special one. We have our second team, the Co-Kestrels. I'm sure Rob will thank me for this. It's his birthday today, a young age of 72, I do believe. So wish Rob a happy birthday from the Co-Clean Kestrels. Okay, we're just going to do a Munchkins announcement, I do believe.
Good evening, everybody. This is young Blaine, and he's been drawn from all our Munchkin members to present the Rider of the Month for May. This was chosen by all of the Munchkins. They could put their own name of their favourite rider for the month into a draw, and we counted the numbers. And it happens that this month, or May, is Luke Bowen. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so your teams for this evening. Let's give the boys a big round of applause. Let's get this meeting underway.
Well, that was a nice touch, the presentation to Luke, the rider of the month for May. And the riders are going back to their pits now, and then we'll get ready for what promises to be the first of 15 pulsating heats in the National League at Central Park this evening. So here we go then, the riders out for heat number 1. Kent, well, they haven't been in action since their loss here against Eastbourne a couple of weeks ago in the National League Knockout Cup, although they did have a meeting at Lakeside on Friday. It was a great meeting, but they unfortunately were on the wrong end of a 52-38 defeat. Birmingham currently 5th in the National League, Kent in 6th position. Heat number 1 then, we have got Luke Bowen in red, Bradley Andrews in blue, ride replacement, Mitchell Davey in white, and Lane Cupping in yellow and black. The race is underway. Cupping's made a brilliant start from the inside. he leads the way from Luke Bowen in second place. Mitchell Davey has got through in the third, and Bradley Andrews is at the back. Well, this is a surprise, although here comes Luke Bowen on the inside of Cuppet, and he's got through into first place then. And it didn't take him too long to get through into first place, and now Mitchell Davey has moved through into second, and Cuppet, well, he's taken a fall. He was leading the race, but now he's unfortunately come down the race. Well, it is going to have to be stopped because Cuppet is down on the track, and well, what an exciting first couple of laps of the opening race. But well, for Lane Cuppet, who made a fantastic start, he led going down the back straight, then he was passed by Luke Bowen as the first lap came to a conclusion. And well, the heat number one, in fact, has been awarded by trainee referee Seth Perkins under the guidance of Graham Reeve here this evening. The win, it does go to Luke Bowen. Second place goes to Mitchell Davey. Third place goes to Bradley Andrews. And unfortunately, Lane Cuppet, no points for him. So that's the result of heat number one. It's a 4-2 for Kent. Exciting start to the meeting. So we're ready for heat number two then, the reserves race. Bradley Andrews having been given extra time because he's coming out for 2 rides on the trot. He's out off of gate number one in this one. Gate number 2, that sees Macaulay Leake. He's had a few outings here in the past. Off gate number 3 it is Anders Rowe. Anders, well, he scored paid 9 at Lakeside in that 14-point defeat on Friday. He was riding well, he rode well in his first 3 or 4 races. I think he then ran out of a bit of steam. I think he had 3 or 4 last to finish with, but it was an impressive start for Anders. Will it be impressive here tonight? Carl Roberts comes out off of gate number 4. Heat number 2 is underway, and so is Bradley Andrews from the inside. Well, according there to Seth Perkins, it was too good a start because the race has been stopped, and I'm not sure I could see anything wrong with that personally, but obviously Mr. Perkins did, so we're going to go with a restart of heat number 2. So Bradley Andrews, well, he's been given a warning for moving at the start. Well, I think he did move, but I thought it was very legitimate to move as well. Here we go then, heat number 2, and with that time the rider in white, he certainly did creep out of the start. That was Macaulay Leake. We spotted that one, thankfully so did Mr. Perkins. We'll be going again, the third attempt to stage heat number 2. So here we go then, well, let's hope it's third time lucky to get heat number 2 underway. Andrews off of 1, Leake off 2, Rowe off 3, Roberts from the outside. Heat number 2, Kent leading by 4 points to 2, and that's a great start by Bradley Andrews off gate number 1, he leads the way. And young Anders Rowe has got through in the second place. In third spot is Carl Roberts, and Macaulay Leake is at the back. As they come around to complete lap number 1 then, it's a 5-1 for Kent as Andrews leads the way. He said in his interview with Glenn before the start of the meeting how he's been pretty pleased with his form. Well, he still feels that he can do better, but he's leading the way, can't do any better than this in heat number 2. He's out in front, Rowe in second place. Third spot, it is Carl Roberts, and Leake is at the back. Kent, well, they have struggled at times in the reserve berthers. The rider in yellow, Carl Roberts, takes a tumble, so Macaulay Leake has got through in the third place. Kent, well, they've never always been that strong at reserve, but they're looking good here at the moment. They're going to get a 5-1 in heat number 3. Bradley Andrews takes the win. Second place goes to Anders Rowe. Third spot goes to the rider in white, that is Macaulay Leake, and that's a 5-1 for Kent then. The Slide Kings, they have often made very poor starts against Birmingham historically, but certainly not this evening, because after 2 races they lead by 9 points to 3. The crowd are delighted with the reserve pairing. Well done to Bradley, well done to Anders. A big 5-1 in the second race. So here we go then, heat number 3, and Lane Cupid. We say Cupid, but Glenn Collins said Cupid. So perhaps we go with that from now on. So it's Lane Cupid coming out off of gate number 1. Jack Thomas comes out of gate number 2. He had a good meeting up at Lakeside. He top scored with 12 points. Did young Jack. Off gate number 3 is Tom Bacon, who also rides for Peterborough in the championship. And off at gate number 4, Nathan Stoneman, who had a meeting to forget really at Purfleet on Friday. Only scored 1 and 1 bonus. He was in the wars somewhat. Heat number 3, Kent doing well. They lead by 9 points to 3 as the race gets underway. Bacon's made a good start off at gate number 3. He's out in front. Cupid is in second place. Nathan Soma's in third. And Jack Thomas, well, unfortunately, he's pulled out with machinery problems in his opening ride. As Bacon leads then from Cupid in second place. Stoneman, well, he's doing well to ride here tonight. He pulled out of his last couple of races at Lakeside on Friday after a fall in one heat. He's back in third as Bacon leads the way, stretching his lead as well. He always rides well at this circuit. Cupid in second place, Nathan Stoneman in third, not really making up too much ground. So it looks as if the visitors could reduce that lead quite significantly in heat number 3 as Bacon, we just passed Jack Thomas, who didn't really get a good run at all in his first ride. It is Tom Bacon who takes the victory. Second place goes to Lane Cupid, third spot to Nathan Stoneman, and the crowd, well, they've gone a bit quiet here. That's a excellent 5-1 for the Birmingham shortstop Brummies. You always know with Birmingham that they will give their give their all to the very last race. The current and 2 times National League champions the last couple of seasons, and they have not been that for nothing. They've got a winning mentality, and Tom Bacon and Lane Cupid have got the 5-1 in heat number 3. 10 points now to Kent, 8 points to the Brummies. So here we go then, heat number 4, and the lineup for this one, we've got Kyle Roberts comes out off of gate number 1, who fell in his first ride, of course. Anders Rowe off gate number 2, got a paid win in his first outing. Liam Carr is off gate number 3, the captain for the night. He's in the absence of the injured Darryl Richings. And off of gate number 4 is Ben Hopwood, who scored 5 points at Lakeside on Friday. He would obviously hope for a better return than that, but it's a tough night at the office for most of the Kent side Kings. Luke Bowen only scored 8 points. The captain, he had a couple of wins, but he had a couple of thirds and a fall as well. Not a good night for Luke. Heat number 4 here tonight then. 10 points to Kent, 8 points to Birmingham. Race gets underway. Anders Rowe made a dreadful start. Liam Carr made a very good one. And it is Carr that leads the way. We've seen him ride well on this circuit before. He's out in front. Hopwood is in second place. Roberts in third. And Rowe, who got off to a dreadful start, he is at the back as Carr leads the way. And well, it's close for third, in fact, between Carl Roberts and Anders Rowe. Rowe, he looks as if he has possibly got the speed to find a way past, but Roberts still holding on to that third place at the moment. As Ben Hopwood, well, he's chasing Liam Carr, but I don't think he's got much chance of finding a way past him. Carl's well out in front. So it's another heat advantage for the Brummies then, as they start the final lap. Carl's out in front from Nathan Stoneman. Carl Roberts holding off Anders Rowe. At the moment, it's going to be an opening race win for Liam. He wins it on one wheel. Second place goes to Hopwood, and third spot the rider in yellow, that's Carl Roberts, holds off for Anders Rowe. So a second heat advantage for Birmingham, a 4-2 in that one, and it does mean that the visitors have drawn level after 4 races at 12 points apiece. Liam Carr, well, he looked very fast in that. Looking forward to his battles with Luke Bowen later in the meeting. He takes the victory in the 4th race.
Second in a red for heat number 5 of gate 1.
So heat number 5, next one up. Birmingham, well, they've done very well to come back from that 6-point deficit. The rider's out on track for this one. We've got Nathan Stoneman off gate number 1. Only got a point in his first ride. Gate number 2 sees Lane Cupid when, well, he's just come off with that paid win in heat number 3. Gate number 3 is Jack Thomas. Didn't get very far at all, did he, in his first outing? And off at gate number 4 it is Mitchell Davey, who got a second place in heat number 1. Mitchell Davey, we saw him ride for Buxton a few weeks ago at Eastbourne, and he was absolutely superb in that meeting with 14 points, and he's coming around the outside of Stoneman. He's got through into the lead. It is Mitchell Davey out in front then from Nathan Stoneman in second. Jack Thomas is in third. Lane Cupid is at the back. Are we going to see our first shared heat of the night? Although Thomas, well, he's under a bit of pressure from Cupid in at the back. Mitchell Davey, meanwhile, it is who's stretching his lead out in front. It looks as if we're heading towards a 3-all in this one. Nathan Stoneman holding on to that second place with Thomas hopefully going to finish his first race of the night, but it's Mitchell Davey who's extending that lead. We all know what a fine manager Graham Drury is, and he's booked an excellent guest for Jack Parkinson Blackburn here tonight, as Davey, when he comes round to win heat number 5. Second place goes to Nathan Stoneman, third spot to Jack Thomas, with Lane Cupid. Well, he's had a mixed bag, hasn't he? He's had an exclusion, a paid win and a last. So a bit of everything so far, or not everything, but he's had a very mixed bag for Lane this evening. Mitchell Davey showing his qualities there in heat number 5, taking the victory. Our first shared heat after 5 races. Kent are on 15 points, and so are Birmingham. So we move on to heat number 6 then, and Liam Cartwell. It didn't take us too long to see Liam and Luke match up against each other, did it? They come out here in heat number 6. We've got Liam Carr off gate number 1, Luke Bowen off gate number 2. Both won their first rides in great style. Macaulay Leake is off gate number 3. He scored a point in his first outing. And Anders Rowe, who got a paid win in his first race, but then finished last in his next outing, he comes out off of gate number 4. So this is an intriguing battle. You would imagine it's going to be between Luke and Liam for first and second, and between Anderson and Macaulay for third and fourth. Kent 15, Birmingham 15. Third of the way through this National League encounter. The referee releases the tapes, and so does Liam Carver. Too quick there for the liking of Seth Perkins, and well, he's called that one back. The right decision there. Rider in white, Liam Carr, will be warned, and we'll be going again with heat number 6. So the riders back at the start line then. Carr just a little bit too keen to get away from the start. Of course, Liam, he was dropped by Berwick from the championship side last month, and he has come in to replace Daniel Hume, who well, he had a terrible crash at Paul in the British Under-21 final, meeting that we filmed here at ReRun Productions. It really was a bad spill. He came down, he had an engine failure, and he was unfortunately he was collected by the rider behind him, who had absolutely nowhere to go, and that so it resulted in a very badly broken arm from Daniel, which is going to keep him out for the rest of the season, I'm afraid. So Liam's come in to fill that gap. Here we go then, the rerun of heat number 6. Carr off 1, Bowen off 2, Leake off 3, Rowe from the outside. Heat number 6 underway, and this time it's Bowen, who's made a classy start. He leads the way. Anders Rowe comes around the outside of Macaulay Leake. He's got through in the 3rd place, and the rider in yellow there has taken a tumble. He has come down as Macaulay Leake has bit the dust, and he's not going to get up from that, I'm afraid. He went in at very high speed, and the race obviously having been stopped by Mr. Perkins, and well, we do hope that Macaulay is okay, but he will be excluded as being the cause of the stoppage, but we'll bring you some news of him when we have it.
Previously mentioned earlier, it is Robert Young's 72nd birthday today.
Start filming. Well, that's good to see. Macaulay is back to his feet, but he has obviously been disqualified as being the cause of the stoppage. Rerun of heat number 6 up next. So, Birmingham down to just one rider then in the rerun of heat number 6, Liam Carr. Kent, well, they were on a 4-2 when the race was stopped. And Luke Bowen, when he made a great start second time around, after Liam Carr had made what was deemed to be an illegal start, shall we say, an unsatisfactory gate anyway. Ian Glover just getting the riders up to line. 15 points apiece. The second attempt to get heat number 6 underway. Could be quite close to the curfew here this evening. We've got rider replacement operating for both teams, so I'm sure Mr. Perkins is aware of the 8:30 curfew here. So 7:10. We've had a third of the meeting, so we are on schedule, but barely. Heat number 6 then. We're underway, and so is Bowen from the inside, although he's been pressurised by Liam Carr. Carr then moves through in the first place. Bit of elbows here between the two riders. This is exciting out in front. Here comes 747 around the outside of Liam, and he gets through in the first place. Bowen it is, and who's out in front from Luke Bowen from Liam Carr in second place. Anders Rowe, I'm sure he'll be quite happy to just come round and collect the point in third, and so will Chris Hunt, the Kent team manager, as Luke leads the way. Had a tremendous record here of 20 odd races, unbeaten until recently, of course. He's out in front with Carr back in second spot now. Anders Rowe is going to finish in third. It's going to be a 4-2 for Kent, and this is going to see them move back into a 2-point advantage. Bowen wins it. Second place goes to Carr. Third spot to Anders Rowe. It's exciting action on the opening lap then, as Liam, well, he managed to push Luke out the way somewhat. That takes some doing, but then Luke came round the outside of Liam to take the victory. And as we pull back, we can see the crowd applauding the Kent number 1 and captain. Hugely popular rider here, Luke Bowen, flying in heat number 6. So on to heat number 7, Kent holding a 2-point lead, but that could certainly change in this one, because Birmingham, they got a strong pairing. Liam Carr comes in taking a ride replacement out in for Darryl Richings, and Tom Bacon is out in yellow off gate number 4. Carr off gate number 2. Ben Hopwood is off gate number 1, and Bradley Andrews comes out off of gate number 3. Ben, well, he got a second place in his first ride. Bradley got a win, so he'll be hoping to get something out of this one, but it's a quality lineup for the shortstop Brummies in race number 7. Ian Glover asking the riders to come up to the start line then. Ken Hopwood nip out of the start off of gate number 1. He is a good gaiter, is Ben. Just waiting now for Bradley, who's been showing some good form of late. Here we go then, heat number 7. Just a 2-point advantage for the home side. Oh well! Liam Carr, he has touched the tapes there, and that is a big moment in this National League fixture, and the wide exclusion light is on for him, and I'm afraid he's going to have to either start off a 15-metre handicap, or Graham Drury will be forced to bring out one of the 2 reserves. Big moment in this meeting. Liam Carr, a little bit too twitchy there with the clutch. Well, Graham Drury has decided that Liam Carr will start in this race off of that 15-metre handicap. So Tom Bacon, well, he moves over to gate number 2, taking the position where Liam was. And it's going to take some doing now for Carr to get amongst the points in this one. And just a little bit too twitchy there at the start line. So the revised lineup, it is now Hopwood off gate number 1, Tom Bacon off gate number 2. Bradley Andrews off gate number 3, and Liam Carr is off gate number 4, but 15 metres back. How's this one going to pan out? Kent leading by 19 points to 17 at the moment. We're about ready to go then. The restart of heat number 7 into that first turn, and it is the rider in red, that is Ben Hotwood, who makes the best gate. He leads the way. Here comes Tom Bacon though, he's got through on the inside into first place. Bradley Andrews is in third, and Liam Carr, well, he's making up quite a bit of ground at the end of the first lap. He's cut that deficit in half. He's about 5 metres down now on Bradley Andrews in third place, but it is Tom Bacon out in front who leads the way then from Hotwood in second. Bradley Andrews doing well in third, holding off Liam Carr at the moment. That's where the main race is taking place as they go down the back straight. Can Andrews hold off Liam Carr? Carr, well, he's come down there and he has taken a tumble, and that's the race will be stopped as Liam Carr came down there chasing Bradley Andrews, and certainly an exciting heat, that one. And unfortunately there Liam just coming to grief, just turning on a 180 going into that turn, but good to see that he's back to his feet. But it does mean that Tom Bacon, who found a way past Ben Hotwood, he takes the win. Tom Bacon the win, Ben Hotwood second, Bradley Andrews third, a 3-all. Kent move on to 22 and Birmingham move on to 20. Kent, I think they'll be the happier of the two teams after that result. Unfortunate there for Liam Carr, coming to grief. So here we go then, heat number 8, and the lineup for this one. We've got Jack Thomas coming out off of gate number he's off gate number 3. Andrew Rose in blue, Lane Cupid and Carl Roberts. That's the lineup. The race gets underway, and this is a good start by the slide King's Riders, although Lane Cupid is attempting to come around the outside, but he cannot do so. It is Anders Rowe who leads the way. He can make the start, can't he, the young 15-year-old on occasion. Rowe's out in front then from Thomas in second place. Cupid is in third with Carl Roberts at the back. So Kent, well, this could see them move back into a 6-point lead, the same lead that they held after race number 2. And it's Anders Rowe who's held in front. A great ride this by the youngster. Jack Thomas having his best race of the meeting so far. He's in second place. In third spot is Cupid with Carl Roberts trailing off at the back. It looks as if Kent are going to score their second 5-1 of the meeting, and they're going to re-establish their 6-point lead as Anders Rowe, when he comes round to the applause of the home crowd. Second place goes to Thomas, third spot there to Cupid with Carl Roberts at the back. And well, that's a big result. The last couple of races have certainly worked in Kent's favour as Anders comes round with the checkered flag, and Jack, well, he's not far behind him as well. Huge cheers from the crowd here this evening. Well done to the two lads in heat number 8, and it does mean that Kent, well, they move on to 27 points. Birmingham are on 21, and an unexpected perhaps 5-1 from Anders and Jack in heat number 8. So the riders out for heat number 9 then, and the lineup for this one, we've got Jack Thomas coming out of gate number 1, just got a paid win in his last ride. Gate number 2, that sees Liam Carr. Good to see he's able to come out after his tumble in his last outing. Gate number 3 sees Nathan Stoneman, who's just been in the wars a bit of late. And gate number 4, that sees Macaulay Leake, who scored 1 point from his first 2 rides. So the Brummies, as a lot of people know here, have won their 4 meetings here at Central Park over the last couple of seasons. So Kent certainly due a victory over their nemesis team, really. Heat number 9, Kent 27, Birmingham 21. Race gets underway. Liam, where it was a bit of an unsatisfactory start there. Macaulay Leake, well, he did move slightly, and then Liam Carr, well, I'm not sure he really jumped the start, but it was a bit of an unsatisfactory start. We're going to go again with a rerun of heat number 9. Well, the rider in white has been disqualified there for moving at the start, and a little bit surprised at that. I have to watch a replay, but he'd previously been warned, so now he's been disqualified as being the cause of the stoppage. I'm not sure he did move that much, but Mr. Perkins thinks he has. So, well, that's another big moment here in this National League fixture. Carr is out, and it looks as if maybe Carl Roberts will have to come out in the rerun. Well, it is a bit of deja vu. This is heat number 7, because Liam Carr, well, he's going to have to start to offer 15 metres once again, and Macaulay Leak, well, he moves on to gate number 2, just as Tom Bacon had to in heat number 7, and Carr starts at 15 metres back. I do think that was somewhat harsh on Liam, but that's the decision of the trainee referee here this evening. Certainly will work in Kent's favour, no doubt about that, because they'll be looking at a heat advantage now, Will Nathan and Jack. See what Carr can do off that 15 metre handicap, as the start marshal was just having a few words on the telephone there to Seth Perkins, I think. So we're about ready to go then. So the riders coming up to the start line. Heat number 9, the rerun, restart, gets underway and into that first turn, and well, it's fast starts by the 2 riders in blue and red. That is Jack Thomas and Nathan Stoneman. They lead the way. Macaulay Leak is in 3rd. Liam Carr is at the back. And Carr, well, he has come down there. He's lifted coming out the 4th turn, and I'm afraid the race will be stopped. Although, no, perhaps yes, it will. Oh, dear. You're getting a few boozes, Liam. Oh, no. Well, that's maybe a little bit harsh. And doing a few signals there. Not been a good night for Liam, I'm afraid. Bit of finger pointing. So he's not had the rub of the green in a golfing term, as poor Liam. He's never going to beat the crowd, that's for sure, but he's on his way back to the pits. Unfortunately, he has been excluded as being the cause of the stoppage. 3 riders only will come out for it. So here we go then, the 3rd attempt at heat number 9. Kent will be looking for a 5-1 in this one. They were on one when the race was stopped, and then Jack Thomas on the inside has made a good start. Ben Hopwood is with him as well. It's always going to be tough for the reserve. Macaulay Leak back in 3rd as Ben comes around the outside of Jack. The team riding here in heat number 9, and this will open up a 10-point lead for Kent. And I don't think we've ever been able to say that here against Birmingham at Central Park. 2 laps down, 2 to go, and it's Hopwood. I do apologise, Nathan Stoneman. Oh my goodness, Nathan Stoneman. Sorry, Nathan. It's Nathan Stoneman who leads the way, but you were screaming at your TV, weren't you, saying who the blinking hell? There's no Ben Hopwood in this one, and there certainly is not. It is Nathan who leads the way. Jack Thomas in 2nd. Macaulay Leak is back in 3rd. It's going to be a 5-1 for Kent, their 2nd in a row. Well done to Nathan Stoneman. Well done to Jack Thomas. Macaulay Leak finishes in 3rd place. And it does mean that all of a sudden the home side, well, they've moved into a 10-point heat advantage. Nathan taking the win. Jack Thomas 2nd. Macaulay Leak in 3rd. 32 points to 22 after 9 races. And the lad, what's up to now? And I think Jack's bike may have given out the ghost, but they're coming round on just the one machine. That's all they need. Well done to Nathan. Well done to Jack. A big 5-1 in heat number 9. say a very, very handy 10-point lead with just 6 races remaining.
Crawford's a win in red for Nathan Stoneman.
So here we go then, heat number 10, and well, we've got a couple of changes in this. We've got 2 rider replacement outings. We've got Anders Rowe coming out off of gate number 1, off gate number 2. It is, well, in fact, it's not Tom Baker. We understand that's Carl Roberts, I'm sure we just heard, but it should be Tom Bacon. Luke Bowen is on 3. No, that's definitely Tom Bacon. That is Bacon who leads away from Luke Bowen. Look how tight it is between those two. In first and second, and it is Luke that's come through into first place then. 747 keeps that front wheel down. He's out in front. Carl Roberts, well, in fact, is in the white helmet colour. In this one, taking the rider replacement out in. So it's another heat advantage for Kent. Anders Rowe is in third place. The changes very late coming through to us in this one. As out in front, it is Luke Bowen, 747, heading towards what would be his third straight victory. Tom Bacon, well, this will be his first defeat of the night. In third spot it is Anders Rowe. Roberts is at the back. It's going to be another heat advantage for Kent, and surely they cannot lose from this position. They are now 12 points in front after 10 races, 2/3 of the way through this fixture, and they're 36 points to 24 in the lead. Excellent ride there by Luke. He really is such a fine rider around this circuit. Second place goes to Tom Bacon, his first defeat of the night. And third spot, oh, look how popular he is. He's loving it, they're loving it, we're all loving it here. Graham Drury won't be, but Luke Bowen, well, that's 3 rides and 3 wins from the Inspiration number 1. Anders Rowe, another excellent point in third. So it does see Kent move into a 12-point advantage, 36 to 24. 5 races remain. And well, unfortunately, at the end of that race, we didn't see it was off the final bend, but young Carl Roberts it is who's taken a tumble and just having a bit of first aid administered by the medical staff here this evening. Well, he does seem to be moving, and so hopefully it's not too serious, and he'll be up to his feet very soon. Well, that's good to see Carl able to walk back to the pits after his tumble, and the ambulance not required, although it did come out, but we'll be able to go with heat number 11 up next in a few moments. So we just had a 5-10 minute delay while we had a bit of watering on the track. It's 5 to 8, so we ought to be able to get these last 5 races in, but it could be touch and go if we have another incident or two. Let's hope there's no more. Heat number 11 then, 36 points to Kent, 24 to Birmingham. A good performance this by the Slide Kings. They needed one against the current National League champions. Heat number 11, Mitchell Davey comes out off gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Ben Hotwood. Gate number 3 it is Lane Cupid, and off gate number 4 it is Bradley Andrews, who has scored well so far, continuing his good form. We've paid 5 from his first 2 races. Mitchell Davey, he won his last ride in good style. Ben Hotwood, well, he's had a couple of second places. Heat number 11, we're underway, and Davey from the inside has made a good start. Ben Hotwood trying to get around the outside of him. He may just have the speed. A brilliant move there by the Kent at number 5 to come through in the first place. It is Ben Hotwood who leads away. Davies in second place. Bradley Andrews, well, he was almost caught there by Lane Cupid. Cupid, well, he's taken a tumble. He is going to continue, though, I think, as the race. Well, in fact, Cupid, well, he has stayed down, and that is, well, that is bad sportsmanship in actual fact, because he certainly could have got off the track in time. The crowd were there not happy with Cupid, and nor should they be. Oh, well, yeah, you can do that if you like, mate, but I think you was at fault there. He certainly could have got off the track. He knew that Mitchell Davey was in second place. That has not gone down at all well with the Kent faithful here, and I'm not surprised either. Cupid, oh dear, he's a bit of an actor, isn't he? And walking back to the pits. I remember Jack Smith doing this when he rode for Birmingham last year. He made a few hand gestures to the crowd, and well, they didn't take too kindly to Jack, and I don't think they've taken too kindly to Lane. And well, unfortunately he's not programmed to come out for another ride, but I'm hoping he does, because I think he could get quite a special reception. And now I think he's where's he going now? He's well, if we pull back, I think there may be one or two Kent fans down the back straight that he's having a few words with there, that you can see them. Oh my goodness, well, we haven't had anything quite like this at Kent before. Say Jack, I think Lane has even out-smithed Jack. Brother-in-law, of course, of 2-time world champion Ty Woofington. But I think he's all calmed down now, and normal service will be resumed, but it won't be for Lane because he's out of the rerun of heat number 11.
Driving in red from Kent Slide Kings, Ben Hopwood. His partner in blue, Bradley Andrews. The lone visitor in white, Mitchell Davey.
So on to the rerun of heat number 11 then, and well, that was a disappointment obviously for Ben Hopwood, because he made a fantastic move around the outside of Mitchell Davey to move through into the lead, but see if he can do either that again or make the start off of gate number 2. So it's been an instant packed match here this evening. We've got another rerun. This is heat number 11. Kent 12 points to the good. We'll definitely be looking to claim all 3 National League points here tonight. Hopwood, Andrews, Davey, the 3 remaining riders then out of the start. Mitchell Davey, well, he's made a good gate, and he leads the way. Ben unable to come around the outside this time around. And Bradley Andrews is back in third. It's a shared heat, of course. That's the best that Birmingham can hope for, and that is what they're getting in this one. There will be disappointment amongst the Kent fans. The fact that Hopwood was leading when the race was stopped, when Cupid failed to get off the track. A professional foul in speedway terms, I think that was the case of. As Mitchell, well, he looks as if he's heading towards his second victory of the meeting as they come round to start the final lap then. Rides for Edinburgh in the championship, but he has found points somewhat hard to come by, but certainly been scoring good points for, in fact I think it's Stoke that he rides for. I think we said earlier it was Buxton when he scored good points at Eastbourne. He only dropped 1, but in fact I think he rides for the Stoke Potters, so we will be seeing him, I'm sure, again this season. As Mitchell, he takes the winning gate heat number 11. Second place goes to Ben Hopwood. Third spot to Bradley Andrews. A shared race, and it does mean that Kent move on to 39, Birmingham on to 27. So here we go then, heat number 12, and well, I've just had a few seconds to double check that Mitchell Davey is a Potter, and he most certainly is. He rides for Stoke in the National League, and of course, well, Stoke, I think we just say that they haven't been here this season. We will be seeing them. In fact, they have been here already, so might not get to see Mitchell again this season, but a very fine visiting rider he is at Central Park. Heat number 12, Macaulay Lee comes out off gate number 1, Nathan Stoneman's off gate number 2, Tom Bacon, ride replacement out in off of 3. He's just dropped 1 point so far, and off gate number 4 it is Anders Rowe, who has scored well so far, paid 8 from his 5 rides. Heat number 12, 12 points to lead as the race starts. Movement there by Tom Bacon, and the race has been stopped by Seth Perkins. He was rolling at the start most definitely. He will get a warning, the rider in white. There he is, and he will get a warning, and we'll be going again with heat number 12. So here we go then, the rerun of heat number 12 with Tom having been warned by the referee or been warned by the start marshal, who's following on from the orders from the referee. So the trainee referee Seth Perkins, he certainly had plenty to concentrate on this evening. Heat number 12, second attempt of this one. Out of the start, and that's a good start by Bacon. He leads away. Stoneman though has got through in the first place. Bacon has come down, and Tom, well, he's not happy with Nathan Stoneman there. Now that is a call for Seth Perkins to make, and there's no disqualification light on at the moment. He can pull all 4 riders back, of course, and I think that indeed that is what he has decided. So, we did say a few moments ago, hopefully we'll get all 15 races on if there's no more incidents, and we've had a couple in the last couple of races. Nathan there just checking on Tom. He seems to be okay, I'm sure he will be. His bike will be going back to the pits, Tom will be shortly, and then we were going for the third staging of heat number 12. So here we go then for the, is it the third staging of heat number 12? I think we had a restart, then we went, Tom moved at the gate, and then Bacon took a tumble. So here we go, the third station of heat number 12. We're going to struggle to get through the 15 heats. 10 past 8 now, 39.27 the lead. Heat number 12, third time, and it is Bacon who's made a good start. Nathan Stoneman has sent him wide again, but Stoneman has come off worse. He's dropped back into third place. Anders Rowe has got through in the second. Macaulay Leake is at the back, but it is Tom Bacon who withheld a very fierce challenge here from Nathan to lead the way. Looks as if he's heading towards what will be his third win of the meeting. He's always scored very well indeed here as the former Field North Trent Tiger. I think he's now in his third year with the shortstop Brummies, and it looks as if he's going to take the victory in heat number 12. But of course with Leake at the back, it will mean that Kent still hold on to a 12-point lead with just 3 races remaining, and any sort of points in the next race will give them the match, and it'll be a historic win for them as Tom Bacon, he wins his third race of the evening. Second place goes to Anders Rowe. Good race there by Anders. Third spot to Nathan Stoneman, who pressurised Tom on the opening couple of bends but was unable to get the better of him. A shared heat, our second in a row, and Tom going back to the pits quick enough. We'll be getting on with heat number 13, as juicy looking heat 13 coming up next.
Was a win in white for Tom Bacon.
So here we go then, heat number 13, and well, unfortunately it's not quite the lineup that we was hoping for, because Liam Carr, well, his bikes have been too damaged in his tumbles that he's had here this evening, a couple of falls of course, so he's run out of machinery. So Macaulay Leake, he comes out to take an extra ride in this one. He's joined by Mitchell Davey against Luke Bowen and Ben Hotwood. So will this be the heat that sees Kent win their first ever match at home against the Birmingham shortstop Brummies? Certainly they ought to. Well, oh crikey, what we got here? We got oh no, and Ian Glover, he's not happy. Look at him, the start marshal. He's that's the tape that's got wrapped round Luke's wheel. So Ian, oh no, he's not a happy camper, as you can see. Oh Ian, dear oh dear, no, we're going to have to put a new set on. So it's going to take a little bit longer to get well, it shouldn't take too much longer, because you see the other one's just above Mr. Glover. So we're going to go again then. Here we go. No harm done. We're good to go. We have got Luke Bowen off gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Mitchell Davey. Ben Hotwood is off gate number 3. Macaulay Leake off gate number 4. Heat number 13, it's underway. Davies made a good start off of 2. Luke Bowen. Oh, Macaulay League has taken a tumble, and he's not going to. Is he going to get off the track? I don't know. He's not, unfortunately. And the red lights are on. The flags are out. Oh, crikey! Macaulay. He will be disqualified. I'm sure he will. Although the referee has not put on the yellow. Yes, he has now. He's just put the yellow exclusion on Macaulay. Coming down of his own accord. He was not touched by Ben Hopwood. He is out of the rerun of heat number 13. 3 remaining riders will be coming out in a moment or two.
With the 2 minutes now coming straight back on for the remaining 3 riders. Those 3 riders are riding in red for Kent Kings, Luke Bowen.
So here we go then, the 3 remaining riders out for heat number 13. And of course what that does mean, with Macaulay having been pulled or having been disqualified from this race, it does mean that Kent cannot lose here tonight unless we have a freak result or 2. Let's see what happens. Can they just absolutely make sure of it here in heat number 13? 12 points to lead out of the start. Bowen on the gate number 1. He's forcing out Mitchell Davey. Oh no, Luke has come down. And well, he's kept the bike going, and I think he's going to continue. And that's super stuff from him as Mitchell Davey leads the way. From second place it is Ben Hopwood, and Luke Bowen is back in third, but he is able to continue. Mitchell, he looks as if he could be getting his second win of the meet. Sorry, his third win of the meeting. And his revenge over Luke for that defeat in heat number 1. But Luke, well, he did superbly well to continue in the race as Mitchell Davey leads the way from Ben Hopwood in second. Luke Bowen back in third. He is going to continue. He's going to finish the heat. It's going to be a shared heat then in race number 13. Davey wins it. Second place goes to Hopwood, and Luke Bowen is going to come round in third place, much to the delight of the crowd here this evening, and did very well to complete the race, as we say. It is Mitchell Davey who wins the race, but I'm afraid it's not enough for Birmingham, because Kent, well, they are victorious against Birmingham. It's taken us 4 years to be able to say that. Kent are on 45, Birmingham are on 33. The Slide Kings cannot be beaten. Luke being applauded all the way back into the pit, so he should be, and Ben. A 3-all, and that's enough for the home side. They have collected 3 National League points here this evening. So heat number 14, the riders at the start line. Jack Thomas, he's had to go back because he had the blue helmet colour on, but he's changed that now. He'll be coming out off of gate number 4. Gate number 3, we've got no rider. Cole Roberts is a non-starter in this one, although Ian Glover has not been informed. I think he's been told, he's realised now. Bradley Andrews is off gate number 2, and Tom Bacon comes out off of gate number 1. So heat number 14, we are underway. Bacon has made a good start from the inside. He leads it from Andrews in second. Thomas is back in third. The 2 Kent Slide Kings almost racing against each other here to see who's going to possibly challenge Tom Bacon, as Jack has got through into second spot now ahead of Bradley. But Tom Bacon it is who has looked superb here this evening, as he has done on his last few visits. He leads the way, just suffered the 1 defeat by Luke Bowen in his third ride. He looks like he's going to make it 14 points out of a possible 15. And if we do get to heat number 15, he no doubt will be coming out in the final race. As they go down the back straight for the final time in this one, it is Tom Bacon who's going to come round and take the victory. Second place goes to Thomas, third spot to Bradley Andrews. That's the finishing order of heat number 14, our 4th shared heat in a row, that one. And it does mean that Kent move on to 48, Birmingham on to 36. Is that the last action that we will see here this evening, or will we get heat number 15 run. We will find out in due course as Tom gets a very, very sporting round of applause from the crowd here this evening. Well, one of the younger members of our fans here, and was the youngster, I think it's a girl, but you can never be sure, can you? They were wearing the ear protectors a moment ago, but they've been taken off. And well, of course, there's no race going on at the moment. Perhaps that's what Mum's saying. You don't need them on at the moment. Wait till heat number 15 starts. It's great to have the youngsters here enjoying the music as well, it seems. Oh, well, that's better. Heat number 15's about to start, so he's got the ear protectors on. Well done, Mum. We'll be going with heat 15 in a moment. So we are going to get heat number 15. We're right at the 8:30 curfew, but we're going for it. The lineup: Ben Hotwood off 1, Tom Bacon off 2, Luke Bowen off 3, Mitchell Davey off gate number 4. This could be a cracker to finish with. Heat number 15. Out of the start, and it is Davey, it's Bacon that made the best start. He leads the way. Mitchell Davey is joined him in second. Luke Bowen is in third. Ben Hotwood is at the back. Are Birmingham going to finish with a 5-1 in the final race? Not 6-7-4-7 can do something about it, as Bacon still leads the way. Davey under pressure from Luke Bowen. Look how tight it is between those two riders. Great race to finish with here at Central Park. Bacon looking as if he's going to only have the one defeat all evening. Mitchell Davey, he could be getting the better of Luke for the second time this evening. Although here comes 747. A brilliant move around the outside. He's got up into second place. Surely he can't find a way past Tom Bacon as well. They're on the final lap. Bacon leads the way. Bowen in second. Mitchell Davey in third. Luke getting a bit of lift. It looks as if Tom is going to win the final race as they come round to take the checker flag. Bacon wins it. Bowen second. Davey third. Ben Hotwood at the back. Well, we thought that could be something a little bit special, and it most certainly was the best race of the night, save for the final race of the evening. Tom Bacon wins heat number 15. Second place goes to Luke Bowen. What a race that was between him and Mitchell Davey, with Luke getting second, Mitchell Davey third. A 4-2 for the visitors in the final race then, but it is Kent that run out victors here this evening by 50 points to 40. The crowd are delighted, and well, Luke Bowen, he is going to be doing something here to the fan. Goodness, what on earth is he doing? Well, he is a character, isn't he? The Kent captain and number 1, and the crowd loving every moment of that. Super stuff here at Central Park this evening. So it results in a 10-point win for the home side. Luke Bowen thrilling the crowds in heat number 15. Tom Bacon, another quite brilliant race victory. So here we go then, we've got the parade of the winning team coming out shortly, and for the first time ever we're able to say, when Birmingham have been in town, that it is Kent, the home sider, on the victory parade vehicle. Well done to the lads. We give you tonight's scorers, starting with the shortstop Brummies, for whom Mitchell Davey, 12 excellent points, 3 race wins. A very exciting rider here tonight. Lane Cupid, well, he had his moments, didn't he? He finished with 3 and 1 from his 5 outings. Tom Bacon was superb. 5 wins and that second place behind Luke Bowen, 17 points, magnificent. Liam Carr, he started off very well, but then had a few problems. Finished with 5 points from his 5 rides. Macaulay Leake, just a couple of points from his 5 outings, a couple of exclusions. Carl Roberts, just 1 from 4. For the heroes of the evening, the Kent Slide Kings, Luke Bowen, 12 and 1. Great performance once again by the captain. What a heat 15 that was. Nathan Stoneman, 7 and 1, solid from him. Jack Thomas, 7 and 3. He did well after first race engine failure. Ben Hotwood, 8 solid points. Bradley Andrews, 7 and 3 from his 5 rides. He did well. And Anders Rowe, 9 and 1 from his 6 rides. They certainly won it down in the reserve berth. And let's join Carl, see who's going to have a few words with.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree, what a meeting. and it was Birmingham, so I think that deserves even more of a round of applause. I'm sure we've all been at the same, not just on the track. A few of the riders would obviously have a look over the fence just to see what's on the other side. I'm not sure what they're getting up to, but we'll find out. Right, so I know this little young man, he's on a bit of a promise. Not in that way, but in another way. If he was to score 10 points tonight, what was you meant to be getting? 12 points. He's just won himself a trials bike, I think, because he's just got himself 10. Not from me, by the way. But his dad don't know yet, so he's just got himself a trials bike because he's got 10 points. So I think that's a good night, doesn't it? Okay, so differently from where I'm looking, speed-wise, we're getting it dialed in, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm still not going on start, but I'm trying to improve.
Just that weight thing, I think.
I need to borrow some.
We've got a few left in the team, so that's alright. Okay, so just while we've got him, I know he's itching to come back. Talk to the boys and girls, when are we going to get this Mr. Clifton back on track?
Hopefully next Monday. So,
I'm just being stroked tonight, which is quite nice. So everything's back in order, equipment's ready.
Yeah, that was ready more or less the following day, really. Just waiting on me to get better, but yeah, feeling a lot better now. Just trying to build the strength up in the shoulder.
So, ladies and gentlemen, next Monday we get to see this young man back with us. Now, Jack, I know you had an expensive evening, I guess.
Yeah, I've just got rid of the detail, I've not been using that, I've just been using my GM again, and they packed up in one of my rides, went out on it again and it's just blown it up. So.
Can we blame Dad, or is anyone to blame, or is it just the old failure is not much faithful anymore?
Well, I can't keep blaming him, he's going to get a bit emotional to do, but hopefully, no doubt, we'll get it sorted out and be ready for the next meeting. Win.
Perfect, and just while I've got him, how are we feeling? Are we a bit second hand, or are we doing alright?
Yeah, no, I'm still feeling a bit sore. I struggled to start off with, but so slowly got there in the end. Got another week now to the next meeting, so I've got a bit more time to recover, hopefully. Try again then.
And we've been spoiled this evening, so while we've got him also, we're going to grab him. So it's a win against Birmingham.
Yeah, it's about time, isn't it? And Birmingham, they were up to their usual tricks tonight, but they forgot they were losing, didn't they? So fair play to us.
It was literally a bag of tricks in the push tonight. We see it all. But what goes around comes around. Okay, just a couple of announcements. I know that this is son David. It's his birthday on Friday, so can we all stay with a good happy birthday? As you have. And also we're now going to do the Rider of the Evening Award. And I do believe it's going to Anders Roll! You want to try down a trial, boy, he's a lucky boy. Okay, well, just while we've got him, he hasn't had a ride this evening, but I know you had a good ride at the weekend. Where have we been riding?
We were at my house on Sunday. Done well, track was a bit slick, but got a second in the final, happy with that.
So, getting ourselves, keeping this race fit, keeping everything in store?
Yeah, just hopefully just getting ready for Friday when we're at Somerset for the SEL.
Perfect, so, ladies and gentlemen, hope we've been entertaining this evening. Your winning team, the Kent Kings!
Well done there to Carl, having a few words. Oh my goodness, what on earth's that? Thank you. So well done to the Kent Slide Kings. Well done to Anders getting the Man of the Match award here this evening. So that just about wraps it up. I think one of the track staff guys is going on the track as well. They're going round on the lap of honour, continuing on their merry way. Oh, well, eventually, I think they're going to be off. Dave Pringle, he's just getting a photograph. He's not publicity shy, is Dave, as you can see. Oh, I say. Anyway, eventually, I think they're going to be on their way, but we're going to wrap it up. Well done to Kent here this evening. Many, many congratulations. Finally getting over the Birmingham Brummies, finally getting one over on them. So until, well, not next week, we've got an amateur meeting here a couple of weeks' time when we will be back here at Central Park, when it will be the visit of the Dream team from the USA, a challenge match. That promised to be an exciting encounter, just as tonight's was, no doubt. Until then, it's goodbye from Central Park and goodbye from ReRun Productions.